Life isn't fair.
You should be a monster.
Lonely path.
Be the guy.
You're a man. You are a man.
You should be. It's better to be a warrior,
ambitious
monster,
and then learn how to control
Nothing
it.
that gets us to life. Nothing should be ever hurt. If you believe
Make
that,
the
underdogs
underdog
become
alone.
dedicate this fight. I want to fight. I dedicate this right there.
There's a moment where some boys never get there. When
You should be
it's
a
too different
monster.
from the friends that I have.
Person.
Speeches are for campaigning. Now is the time for action.
Well, boys, we did it. We did it. Round of applause, you know. All right. Anyways, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Congratulations. We made it 365 more days without killing ourselves. So that is a W. That is a W. But, anyways, this is the end of an era. This is the end. This is the start of a new beginning. And I know what you're thinking.
Oh, here we go. We got ourselves another New Year's villain arc, motherfucker.
No. Alright. Here's the deal. I've been slightly villain arced or friggin', I don't even know. Winter arc, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you feel comfortable calling it. That's what I've been. But essentially, I went from being pretty darn chubby. You know, editor, insert pictures of me being fat. You know, ding, ding. You know, all these Jazamos. But anyways, so I was a larger fella. I was kind of pudgy. I didn't really like the way that I looked. So I did something about it. Mainly, I counted my calories. And at the time being, it seemed like a good idea to put my calories at roughly 1,700 because I wanted that drastic weight loss. And I lost about 35 pounds since I started this 3 months ago, which is slightly quicker than you really should do it healthily. But now we've unlocked something in my brain, that being knowledge of how to lose weight and how to put on muscle and how to work out and whatnot. You know, we've gained about 3 months, actually I would say we gained like 5 months of knowledge just because we did so much research and so much work into this restructuring, recomposition project, I like to call it. But the goal is, by the end of this year, we are going to be absolutely diced. Like, I mean, yoked to the gills. I want Family Christmas to roll around next year and people just be like, whoa, what happened to this dude? But, you know, I've been looking pretty decent lately. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not here to brag or anything like that, but I'm quite happy yet unsatisfied with the progress that I have made. But 2025 is, in a sense, it is a new year. And I'm not gonna be like one of those whole new year, new me goofballs, because that's not really how it works. My goal, and yes, I am starting it on January 1st, but that's kind of how it lined up. I was going to start it like 3 days ago, but I was like, you know what? We're not going to hit that demon lock in until we have like an actual year mark. So I didn't write these down. I probably should have, but off the top of my head, I have a few goals for the year, and I'm going to explain my goals and what I plan to do to achieve them. And these are going to be roughly in order in which I want to achieve them, or the priority. Priority is going to be in order. So, goal numero uno, number one goal on the docket. Get myself to 15% body fat or lower. And I know what some of you might be thinking is like, oh, like 15% ain't even that bad. That's easy. I'm 15%. No. I'm talking about actual 15%. Not like the clamps at the doctor told me I was 15%. I'm talking true 15 to maybe 12%, like diced six-pack and whatnot, so on. I see a lot of videos of people that are literally like 15, 20% body fat, and they look good. Don't get me wrong, they look good. You look, you know, 20% body fat, you're not going to look shredded unless you have a lot of muscle, which I don't think that I'm necessarily like, you know, small baby muscling amounts, but you know, I want to look diced. I want to have some striations in my chest, and I want to have complete separation in my abs. I don't even really have separation in my shoulders and biceps yet, which is unfortunate. I probably got about 10 more pounds to go before I see that. But really, I think that my biceps, well, my arms in general are a strong suit, which, you know, has its ups and downs. Because when you get big arms, but you have lacking shoulders, you kind of just give off like power builder body or power lifter vibes. You don't really have that aesthetic physique that I'm chasing. And you know, I can put up some pretty decent weight. So that's goal number 1, sub 15% body fat. And how I plan to do this is, at least for the first 3 months, I'm gonna set my calories at, we're gonna do 1900, because 1700 was sustainable in a sense for me. I've dieted a lot due to wrestling back in high school and whatnot, and 1700 is a little too much, because I found that I wasn't super consistent on tracking my calories. I would binge on the weekends because I would feel so depleted and so starved that I would just kind of eat whatever was around me, and that's not good. And I would call it my cheat day, but in reality I was just, you know, weak-minded. So we're gonna do 1900 calories every single day until I hit my cutting goal, which, you know, could happen mid-year if I'm ultimately locked in, which I really, really want to be. And we're gonna go from there. So we have about, I would say, roughly 28 to 30, maybe 35 pounds to lose before I hit that, which will put me at roughly 170 to 175 pounds, which will be like the leanest I have ever been. I have never had visible abs. I've always been the chubby kid, which sucks. And we also plan to do cardio and weight training throughout this diet phase, because I don't want to look like a, you know, chemotherapy cancer patient. And you always see those guys that like lose like 100 pounds, and they, you know, some of them, you know, it's like, whoa, like, yeah, you know, good transformation. But others, you're like, oh my goodness, I probably would have rather have been fat. But I don't want to be fat. I want to be jacked. And I don't think that I ever got to a point of fatness where I'm gonna have loose skin if I get shredded. I hope not. I mean, it's kind of, you know, genetics play into that and whatnot. But that being said, for an entire year to achieve my physical goals, I am going to be waking up at 3:15 every single morning. 3:15 in the morning. That is the goal. And why I have to be at work at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, sometimes 6, sometimes even earlier. You know, you never know. It kind of just like play it by ear. But I usually get off at 3:30, maybe 4, maybe 5. It depends on the day, you know, overtime and whatnot. So wake up, 3:15, eat, you know, like a little pre-lift meal, because I like to lift in the morning and then do my cardio in the afternoon, because in the morning there's not as many people as there is in the afternoon, and the afternoon lifts get a little hectic at the gym that I go to, because I live in a town with 3 colleges, and it's, especially now, especially being like the first, you know, couple weeks of this month, I guarantee you it's going to be absolutely slam packed like sardines in that sucker. So that's goal number 1, and I'm going to be so unbelievably dialed in on this goal that it is probably going to break me down. Hopefully down to absolutely nothing. I hope that I am just shambles of a man here in the next couple months, because that's kind of the goal, is to take myself into deep waters that I've never been before and see what I am capable of doing. What does Cain do when adversity knocks on his door? That's where we want to go. That's the road I want to take, and that's basically my plan. My plan is to sacrifice this entire year. I'm going to have basically no fun, and it's just going to be one big grind. I'm going to blow off everybody. I've already had social media gone for about a month or so. Total, like, really had it gone. So that means this is going to be goal number 2. No, you know what? We're just gonna list them off here real fast, and then we're gonna explain them, because I kind of failed to do that. So we're gonna go goal number 1, get shredded. Sub 15% is ideal. Goal number 2 is going to be grow this YouTube channel. Goal number 3 is gonna be pay off my credit card debt, which is about $10,000 right now, which absolutely sucks, and I kind of need to get taken care of because the interest is starting to rack up. Goal number 4. Goal number 4 is one thing that I have wanted to do for a long time that I have not achieved. I started a TikTok a long time ago, and it kind of gained quite a bit of following because I was, just sending these deals, and I always wanted to land one. Goal number 4 is going to be land a standing backflip on the ground, which isn't super easy for a 200-pound, 5'8" man. And basically, goal number 5 is going to be to do a full split, because flexibility is important to me, and I've never been able to do the splits. I've been close, and I know some of you are probably like, why does this dude want to do the splits? Well, I don't know. I've just always wanted to do it. I just thought it would be cool to be that flexible. So that's another goal. That was number 4, I think. Maybe number 5. Let me think. 1, I should have written these down. 1, shredded. 2, YouTube channel. 3, credit card debt. 4, backflip. 5, splits. We got 6. Number 6, I want to bench 315. 3 pepperonis on the za. 3 plates on the bar, which, I think it's a doable goal. Probably one of the more doable ones out of all the other ones I've named, because my highest bench ever was probably about 2 years ago, when I was pretty big into the gym, but I wasn't doing it right. I wasn't doing it very well. I weighed around 180 pounds, and I benched, I think, 275 for 2 reps, which is, it's not baby weight, but nowadays with social media, you kind of seem like a little bitch if you can't bench 405 for 20 reps at 16 years old and whatnot, and so on. That's goal number 6, bench 315. We're going to say goal number 7. Number 7. What should I do for goal number 7? I don't know. We'll add goals as we go. But those are the 6 main ones. We have first goal, get shredded, sub 15% body fat. And we plan to achieve this by 1, tracking my calories, 2, waking up, lifting, working, cardio every single day, except for every other Tuesday I have to drive up to Chicago for training, because I am in the union working blue collar, which is super fun. As some of you may know, that it's not all bad. I make decent money. I get to drive a pretty cool truck, and whatnot. But there's a chick right there. She smiled at me. That's rare. But it's not what I want to do for the rest of my life, because I already have semi-bad knees and not great shoulders, and that's just not, nobody really wants to just work blue collar their entire life. I mean, some people do, I guess, so that's their cup of tea, but I haven't really been one that just wants to kind of rub elbows and burn down cigarettes and drink every single night. But also, we can add that. No drinking at all this entire year. 0 alcohol going into my system. None whatsoever. Goal number 2, grow this YouTube channel. Basically, I'm going to post every single day on my Locked In series for an entire year. Whether that be long form content or shorts has yet to be determined, because I am not very good at editing, and I am also terrible at setting up my camera and talking to it and getting good videos. Editing sucks. Editing's hard, and that is also something else I want to learn. So to grow the YouTube channel, we're going to take videos every single day. We're going to try and just get better, you know, as it goes. Each video, try and do something a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, until one day, you know, maybe some people want to watch me, which would be kind of cool. I want to be inspiring. I've kind of inspired myself, if that makes sense. That's weird, but yeah, get really good at editing. Goal number 3, pay off the credit card debt. Plan for that is basically cut down spending, and I don't think it'll be that hard if this is all I'm focused on, is just focus on the lifting. But, you know, as you know, healthy food isn't super cheap, but we're counteracting that by eating a lot less food than we normally did, because I used to kind of just be a gluttonous fat sack of garbage and just eat whatever, eat Mickey D's and Taco Bell and, you know, what have you. Goal number 4, the backflip. How do I plan to achieve a standing backflip as a 200-pound, 5-foot man? Basically, the whole strategy for this one is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand on the ground and I'm going to jump as high as I can in the air whilst rotating a full 360 degrees backwards, landing on my feet. Shouldn't be too difficult. Number 6, I believe, or 5, I don't know. We're going to call it 6. Do the full splits. How am I going to achieve this? Well, I'm going to stretch every single day, sometimes twice a day, depends on how I feel. But those of you who are flexible know that when you first start stretching and you hit those couple, you know, big, deep stretches, the next day you're as sore as if you just hit an entire leg day. Like, it hurts. And my hip flexors are very, very unflexible right now. I can tell because they hurt when I squat. I need to work on that big time. But I'm going to be absolutely demon locked in. That's the goal. We're not going to screw up. I'm going to take myself as far as I can go. And if I do screw up, then I'm going to punish myself with the cold plunge whenever I screw up. And the cold plunge does not agree with me. I don't like it. Most people don't like freezing cold water. Either that or I'm going to jump in the pond when there's ice in it. You know, either way, we're going to get cold and it's going to suck. Probably going to do it for like 2.5, 3 minutes, depending on how far I think I can go. But that's the goal. So every single day, I'm going to make a video. And this weekend, I'm going to make another long form video, kind of similar to this one. Hopefully with better editing and more, you know, script. I might have to like think of things to actually say before I just start recording. But most of what I do is probably just going to be improv and, you know, talked about to the camera, suction cup to my windshield illegally. Most likely, I don't know if I can put it right here. I can't really see in that general direction, but who gives a shit? Gosh, dude, what the heck is going on? I need to pee really bad. But yeah, demon lockage inneth. I don't really know if I have anything else to say other than wish me luck. If you feel like you want to join me for this journey, go ahead, feel free. I'll be talking about it every single day and what I'm doing and, you know, what lifts I'm hitting. I'm not going to be able to film my lifts because I go to a large public gym as of right now. There may be a point in time in the future that I could film some of my lifts, but what I'm realizing nowadays is most people don't care unless you're absolutely yoked and people like really want to look like you. Then they want to know what you're hitting, what you're lifting, how you're doing it, you know, what type of hypertrophy or whatever you're doing. But When I go into the gym, I basically have one goal, and that is to absolutely destroy the muscle group that I'm working. And, you know, destroy it without absolutely killing my joints and tendons and taxing my central nervous system is usually the goal. But I would say that I don't train abnormally as to anybody else. I would say that I'm more focused right now on building an aesthetic physique. So lots of hypertrophy training and stuff that's just like built on the foundation of keeping my muscles under tension. I do push just about every set to failure. Usually 10 to 12 reps is what I aim for. I would say that I push 80% of my sets to true failure, in which I'm doing, partials until I literally cannot do anymore. I'll drop the weight down to 10 pounds, and then try and rip out as many as I can to, the lowest on the stack, until I just can't go anymore. But we'll see how this video turns out. I'm gonna try and cut up a bunch of it. We kind of got 20 minutes of just yapping at the screen. So I don't know, we might get 10 minutes of good content out of this. But essentially, now is the time for action. And it would be kind of cool to see how far that I could take it. My whole strategy might change up a little bit. But I kind of want to keep it on that note of being as dialed as possible for as long as I can without just absolutely eating the barrel of a shotgun. Because that would not be optimal for my gains. Not at all. Nope. No siree. I really hope that the audio transfers in this too, because for some reason, sometimes it doesn't with this camera. And right now I'm using the built-in mic, because my little mic-y deals that I bought, they were $150, which is fine. And then I had to buy this adapter thing so I could actually use them. Yeah.